Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who's B, it's your girl KylerB coming at you with a new video. So today we're going to be joined by two new guests, Nisi and Brianna from Fables. We're going to be discussing the Love Island season 6 and the reunion, the season. This is part 2. If you haven't watched part 1, go check it out on their channel. But anyway, guys, we're going to continue our conversation over here. So let's get into it. Hello.
Yes, thank you for having us. Kyler, if you want to start us off, we were at Casa, and girl, Casa was a mess. So what happened?
Casa was a journey.
Okay, Casa day 1, they got that text, they were downstairs, we were having the guys making breakfast for their girls, hearing basically before Casa, they're like, oh, we're not gonna, sleep in beds with the girls or something like that. Cordell was saying to the guys, we got Kenny basically saying like, he needs to explore his options because, he's been with Janae. Kendall didn't really say much. Miguel was ready to go. He was like, yeah, I'm leaving. He was first one gone, whatever. Then, everybody else just like, okay, if one person go, we all gotta go. So they all left. Next thing you know, Ariana comes in, basically tells the girls that, yeah, they had the choice. Like, they had a choice. And the thing is, it's so funny, is like the night before, Aaron and Kayla were talking about that they almost L-word each other, which is like, oh,
I forgot about that.
This is crazy work. Like, you're almost L-word each other, but you're like, you're rushing off to Casa. So now we're at Casa. Bombshells are new guys. We got Josiah, Jacoby, Kane.
These names.
Yeah, Nacio. Then we got the girls at Casa, Dia, Sydney, Catherine, Destiny, Daniela. Yeah, there was so many.
Sierra.
Oh, Sierra. Yes. So they were in Casa, first day, Cordell and Aaron were, they were doing the most. First day out, first night out, right? Kissing.
First day in a brand new world.
Yeah. Kissing, doing this, that, and the third. I think it was like the first episode we were like, what is Cordell doing? Like, what is Cordell?
Aaron also telling Daniela he loved her already?
Not yet. He didn't say
he
never said that.
He didn't. He was being weird and he kept saying L word. And then once he got over to Casa, he said, yeah, I just love everything about Daniela. And we were like, why are you able to say you love stuff about Daniela and not Kyler?
Yeah.
So Aaron, he switched up heavy.
Yeah, Aaron was just like, I was like, everyone's focused on Cordell, but like, the whole sticker twist situation, even though they're in a couple now, like everybody expected Cordell to like do his big one in Casa, like, quote unquote get his lick back, for how Serena, did him, pre-Casa.
The up and down,
yeah. They're like, oh, let Cordell do his big one, but then they're like, no, not that big, and,
when Rob is telling you're ODing, that you're ODing, Rob was like, you and Aaron need to slow down.
Yeah. And Aaron, like, he was more closed off, or quote unquote more like further along in his relationship with Kayla, to like what he did was just like diabolical, essentially. Like, you're like, you almost elbowed this girl, and then you're kissing Daniela in bed outside of challenges on little beanbag thing where like all the guys are like, what are you doing? like whoa, this is crazy. And like, they're speaking Spanish,
sweet nothings
and this,
in her
yes, Aaron with the Spanish was so funny. Like when Andrea came in earlier and he was like, they're speaking a little Spanish, I was like, oh, where how'd that come out? And then now when Daniela, they're speaking Spanish too, and I'm like, it was so funny because like later on Ignacio had to like translate. It was just,
yes.
Like, this was hilarious.
It was so good.
Yeah, but they did their big ones in Casa. Kenny, I was like listening to him in Casa, I was just like, Nobody can match Janae's warmth.
Warm.
That was
He was
so
just
cute.
Yes, I was like, when I heard him, I was like, yeah, okay, he's not switching, he's not bringing somebody back, like, he's all for Janae, like, Janae, people really thought Janae might have, like, bring somebody back because he got Jacoby and Josiah, basically putting pressure to, like,
really quickly. Let's talk about how Josiah's opening line was, "I dated 2 girls at one time."
That was crazy because, like, that was, like, the biggest
What was his
flag.
reasoning? His reason was, like, one had the brains
and one had the
beauty. And we were just like, why in the world would you ever tell somebody that? And as soon as he said that, I said, oh, Janae, please run. And I feel like Casa was the first moment where I realized that Kenny and Janae could actually have something, because at first I was just like, okay, let's get Janae to Casa, then like her real love story could start, not knowing that it had started a couple days prior with Kenny. And that's when we started seeing like everyone be like, oh my God, is there something there? Because the way that they're talking to each other about each other while separated,
they were separated.
It's just like, I just miss Kenny, I just miss Janae.
Yes.
Like, oh.
Because I was like, this is probably like the first casting where like you hear a guy who wasn't even coupled up with a person that long to really like think about them, all the time, or like keep them in the back of their mind, which is like, oh, he really likes her. But when he said the warmth thing, I was like, yeah, okay, he's gonna stick with Janae, da da da. So then when how Janae basically saying, oh, I'm thinking about Kenny, da 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 da, she was cool off of Josiah after the whole 2-girl situation. Jacoby, like, he started like putting pressure on her. Essentially, it was kind of funny that they were like battling out, because with the whole breakfast situation, like, oh, Ignacio made the breakfast. One of them brought it to her, and basically they were just like, how you got 2 guys bringing you breakfast? And then I think like the last night of Casa, you got Josiah like pulling Janae to the side, like, oh, I like you, da 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 da. And she's like, yeah, I already told you I'm cool off you. Like, why are you telling me this now?
She's like, keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah. And then I think Jacoby like barged into the conversation, which is kind of funny. Like, yo, like they're really fighting for Janae, and Janae's like, no, Kenny. So I was like, okay, she's not bringing nobody back. I was like, okay. But I was shook when the coupling got there. I was shook. And then also Kenny on the last day, I was like, where did this happen? Because he was getting
him and Catherine.
Yeah.
And Catherine said, I'm going to circle back and get my man. But what do we think about? We didn't talk about the video really quick.
I know. Yes,
the video. The video was crazy.
Like the video.
The video like showed Cordell dry humping on. Well, Daya dry humping on Cordell, and Aaron kissing on, saying he wants to kiss Daniela.
No, once the video dropped, like anybody who was like having a good night, yeah, that night's over with, because Serena was just over with. She was like, yeah, no, he's not gonna play me, he's not gonna swindle me, no.
The crash out started.
Kayler was crashing out bad, just crying. It was
all up in that video.
Yeah, and then like everyone's like replaying the video, like all the guys in Casa more.
Ignacio, come here and translate.
I just had to like support each other, because like they got played. But then, they were like, they didn't include Miguel, even though Miguel was already like on
Miguel Sierra. Was gone.
He was gone.
Miguel said, y'all like put my type on paper, printed it out, 3D printed it. She's in the villa. And he was in love with Sierra.
Yeah. So just like, he's like, these people are his type more or whatever. That's what he said, something like that. And I was like, oh, okay. Miguel was just so funny during Casa. It's kind of funny.
That's when he really started like opening up more, I think, and that's when we finally saw his humor. Because if you're truthful, I feel like I like you more than you trying to put on a show, Aaron. So Miguel, he was like, I'm kind of for the streets right now, and I'm just trying to mix and mingle. I'm just trying to find somebody.
Like, and, he was real with what he was doing. Like he's like, yeah, that's he's having fun. But Aaron, I don't know, like he waited till the last day to be like, then Kayler, like, and then Rob with Daniela was just crazy, because wasn't he with Destiny first or somebody else?
He was Daniela homie hops, and they orchestrated that.
It was weird. And then I guess
giving challengers,
and then the whole what's it called it? The after sun, where they're like, oh, they heard Kayler say Aaron's name, and then they were like, oh yeah. Aaron's basically stood up straight. I'm like, yeah, Kayler.
Yeah,
So,
because didn't she yell like "fuck Casa" or something, and then they heard it all the way over at Casa. And that's when he's like, "Oh, I think that was that girl." No, he said, "Oh, that's Kayler," and they probably heard what she said.
That's Kayla.
That's Kayla. He was like, "Be quiet, you guys. I think that's Kayla."
So
what
which
do we
was
think
like,
about that? Yeah, it was just so crazy because it's just like, you were gonna bring her back.
No, he like switched up the last day. So then, Danielle and Rob, Danielle's like, you know what? I got to make the best of my situation. So next
I'm
best
trying to
thing
get back
Rob.
in that villa.
She's like, next best thing is Rob. So, Rob was like, yeah, okay. Like Rob was just going to do his big one too. But yeah, that recoupling. Let's get to the recoupling. Okay, so
everybody was on smoke.
Everybody was like, the boys said, back of the line to all of you OGs. Back of the line.
Yeah, Miguel came back. I think Liv coupled up with Kane, and then
so that was nothing.
And then Miguel came back to the villa with Sierra. So Leo was just like, oh well, whatever. I like you, and that was it. So then the next person was Kendall, who came back to Nicole, and it was like, oh okay. So then after that was Honey, and Janae was just like, if you bring somebody back, it's gonna be a problem. Ari, hold my mic, like, let me get home, whatever.
Ari, I'm ready to leave.
Yes, Ari, get me out of here. It was actually hilarious. Because I was just like, oh, okay. So then
like,
he comes
serious
back.
About this.
He comes back and he wasn't even holding Catherine's hand. They were just walking in like, oh,
in his business casual.
He felt I would say this was his worst outfit in the villa, because I was just like, you have khakis, blue shirt, it just did not.
But he wore it so often.
He got more handsome like from this moment on.
Yes.
No, his other outfits post castle were fine. But this one, this cast outfit, I was like, what are you doing? Like,
you just did not like it. You said the business casual is not for me.
Like that, those
in
the closet you go.
No, like I do like the neat elbow pads or the elbow things.
His little patches are cute.
That was really good. But the khakis are crinkled. Like he didn't.
Not even looking at if it was ironed or not.
And not too much on Ken. You doing not too much on Ken.
I can't believe you saw the creases.
You said, do you guys not have an island in the villa? She said you guys don't got no wrinkle spray.
But he definitely looked like he was just like going to he was going to like doing some type of business operation, and then he came back. He was like so like polite with our like, I'm doing fine, I'm doing well, and then you got
how's everyone doing tonight?
Janae's doing
hello sharks.
It's so funny because Janae was ready to go. She was like, Liv had to basically say, no, calm down, we're good.
He's like, I'm wearing his favorite color red, and he brought somebody back.
And they got started to whacking. They started whacking one by one. All the girls.
Then we get Kayler and Aaron, right? Kayler did her big one, only to take that man back in 2 hours.
20 minutes.
Yeah, that was wild because it's just like, girl,
I'm gonna be single.
The same night. You had video footage of this, like, even though they didn't kiss in the footage, they cut it off before the kiss, which was crazy. But you had video footage of him like getting along with another girl, and the same night of their coupling, you're like, yeah, we're back together. Like,
Rob came back first with Daniela, and it was like, is that not the girl that Aaron was in the video with?
Yes.
First of all, Kayler said, oh my god, good for you, Rob. She said, I'm so happy for you. And then they're like, no, Kayla, baby, that's the girl from the video.
Yeah.
She said, Kayla, that's the op. That's
the
opski.
That was so funny.
And then after that, it was Serena. Serena did her big one. She did her big one because she cursed him out. It was so funny. Like, he had his head held down walking into the villa. He wasn't looking straight. Like, Dee had to basically tell him, like, look up, look straight. Like, be confident
in your decision.
Like,
be confident in me.
She's supposed to be a man.
And then so the thing is, like, we heard like later on that like the cast of girls didn't like the welcoming from the OG girls, but I'm just like, you took their man. Like, what did you expect? First night in the villa, you expect like hugs and kisses. Like, it is what it is. Like, so
when they were literally all upset with their former couple, like all of them recoupled. I'm gonna try to say hello, how are you? Nice to meet you. But other than that, I'm mad at this man
And then the thing is, Janae wanted to leave. She wanted to go home. So like everybody was
then
like,
we got the I want to be with you, Janae.
They came upstairs, and she's like, "You brought her back. Why?" That's like so funny to me because he did tell her at the fire pit. He was like, "I had the strongest connection with you," and I was
that was crazy.
That's crazy.
Wait, Janae asked, "So who do you have a stronger connection with?" I said, "Oh, wait a second."
He was like, I just the thing is, I be with you.
Like right then and there, that should have told Catherine. Yeah, right then and there, that should have told Catherine, like, yeah, he don't like you like that.
Catherine like this.
He don't like you like that, girl. He
so
don't
bad
like you. Yeah. She was just like, they all watched the conversations. Everybody basically, they were just talking to the men. Like they didn't go at the girls. So I'm just like, I don't. If they feel some type of way, just have to understand, like, you know, emotions were heightened that night. Like give them some time to like understand. But you know, they had a secret mission. Miguel was like, Operation Get the Girls Back. Him and Leah had a chat. He was like, yeah, I'm Officer Yera. I think after the whole
quickly.
that quickly.
Wait, his whole recoupling speech was crazy to me. Only because he was like, "Yeah, even though I have someone on my arm right now, like I'm still single. I still want to like get to know everybody." Yeah. And Ariana was like, "You do know you recouple with somebody."
Yeah. He's like, "Yeah, bro, but like that don't mean nothing, bro." But
that don't mean I can't bop around the villa.
Basically.
Still.
All the people, like the PPG guys, basically all said, yeah, we're just coupled up for now. Like they didn't even like, you know, they were like, oh, I'm just bringing him back just to test relationship. Like they didn't really think of it like us, you know, like being in a couple with this person like meant something. Like, because the thing is the recoupling after this was the last recoupling of the season. Like after this whole situation was the last recoupling. So I'm just like, if they didn't get their act together, it would have been
we got some iconic lines. We got the Cordell, your nappy headed ass.
Yeah, I just feel like
that was the next night, right?
He was like, "Tell me why I'm a piece of shit."
What's funny is that Dia basically was like, noticing how Cordell wasn't like, you know, talking to her or trying to do something.
It wasn't the same.
It wasn't the same after Cassius. So she was like, yeah, I'm gonna end things before he gets a chance to end things. And like she was like talking to Serena, like, yeah, Serena, you can have it back. Da da da. And I'm just like, girl, what are you doing? Like, why are you telling Serena this? Like, Serena didn't even want to talk to the man. She said, I don't want your eggs. Like, don't want you to talk to me. Da 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 da. And you know, Day is like, oh, you can have him back, whatever. So after hearing the whole, you know, 90-10% situation.
Wait, real quickly, can we go back to the Bridgerton moment with Kenny and Janae though?
Yes,
like, that was like really, I'm sorry, like I loved that moment down in the moment.
I don't want to talk about anything else.
Right? Like that moment was so good. He said, I just want to be with you.
No, that scene 8.
She's leaving.
No, because it was so
Leah
funny.
And Serena like, that's not fair. Like today, like you making him
so cry. Funny because in that conversation she was just like, yeah, go be with her, go be with Catherine or whatever. And he's like, I don't want to be like, I don't want to be here. Then
if you leave, I'm gonna leave. If you
leave, basically when he said that, I was just like, yeah, it's like rap.
She's like, no, go be happy. I want you to be happy. Stand up, give me a hug, give me a hug. And he was like, no, Janae, I just want to. Like he could not find his words in that moment. I was like, Kenny, if you're gonna be with Janae, you need to find the words. You need to be able to get your point across, even though you're upset, because this babe, she has X, Y, and Z down that she wants to say. So if you want to be with her, speak. That's why I was like, Kenny, I don't know
because we really wanted him. We wanted him to like kind of fight for her after, like don't take that as like, you know. But he did felt down after it because he cried to, you know, Serena and Leah, and then he like when I think Kendall asked him in the bed, he was like how do you think you guys can come back from this? And that's why I feel like Kendall definitely had, you know, Janae's back in the situation because
I think so.
I feel like he definitely facilitated. Like he talked to Janae the next day and was basically like, you know what, about how like the whole situation that, you know, you should give Kenny a chance, whatever. Kenny was basically talking about Janae to Catherine, which is like, yeah, he don't really like Catherine like that. Like it's very clear as day. So, and then the night when everybody thought it was over, you know, when Janae was wearing that like pink and purple dress, whatever, And he was just staring at her across the table while Serena's over here yelling at Cordell. I was just like,
That's so cute.
yeah.
I just was like,
I
oh
was
my
like,
gosh, boy.
I was like, my people, yes, they're back together. It was like they're like he was gonna make a move that same night or whatever. And I mean, before they had that little conversation, I felt like they had like the little rapport. Like they were laughing before they sat down in that little break room. I don't know. And she apologized for the whole situation. How she acted or whatever. Yeah. But I guess she saw his side, like how he went about things. So it was nice or whatever. And
yeah. And then they never been better.
Yes, and he's like, you're my priority. Like he was saying a lot of good things. Like you're my priority. Yeah. So
he found the words.
Yeah.
I said, thank God.
I mean, really, basically everything that happened, like Leah and Miguel worked it out. Kayla and Aaron worked it out. All the couples worked it out. And then we skirt. What do you guys think about the Twitter challenge?
Boring. Twitter challenge. I was just like they gave Janae some good questions. I like Janae, because she definitely needed that, especially after everything she just went through.
Yeah, I'm glad they let her know that we think she's a baddie.
Yes. But they also said a lot of other stuff that I don't think the public also thought. They found one little tweet by one little person.
Yeah.
And they say, you know what, let me put this here. Even
that
the Aaron one. That was from 2020. And I said, hold on.
Yeah, that was wild. And then the deal one was messed up, though. It was messed up.
I feel like they didn't need to put that one.
It was messed up because it was a Photoshop. It was Photoshop and nobody cleared it up. So, yeah. You kind of feel some type of way about that for her. But it is what it is. It was good TV.
Even movie night, but even movie night was lackluster.
Yeah, movie night they definitely was. I wanted them to show a little bit more, like connect. Like they didn't show that, but they showed a lot of like Rob, Leah, and then Kayler, Aaron. I mean, definitely the whole thing because Aaron needs to get aired out. That was the biggest thing for movie night. He needed to get aired out with how he was with Daniela, because obviously producers cut off the kiss, so they didn't get to see the kiss. They didn't get to see the Spanish speaking situation, him kissing her in the showers, whatever. Like all of that was being talked about. So they needed to air him out. So, and then to find out, even at the reunion, he didn't tell her the whole truth either.
So
waited till the reunion.
So disgusting.
He was gaslighting her real bad. He was like, yes, it happened. I want you to like stop talking about it. If we're going to be together, then you need to get over it, kind of thing.
And she was like, no, Aaron, fuck. And then like just
yeah, it was wild.
The best thing that we got from movie night is that Serena and Cordell found their way back to each other.
Mainly because he took accountability and told her
everything beforehand. So I guess just watching it in 4K wasn't good, but there was no reactions to it because it's just like, yeah, I already know this. Like I'm good, I'm cool, whatever. It's not like being blindsided in 4K and then like trying like he didn't even pipe up one time. He piped up for the Rob thing and he didn't pipe up for how he treated Kayla, which is like And then
whereas Aaron, he was just lying up and down that villa. Cordell, he said, you know what, I did it and I'm going to tell you how I did it. And that's why they got back together. So I'm glad that they found their way back to each other. And obviously it worked out.
Yes, all people got their men back.
The Casa dumping, which everything happened we knew was going to happen, which I don't think was no surprise.
I truly wanted all four Casa girls to go home. No offense. No shade, but I was like,
Sierra
stayed and Liv had to go.
All because Kane hated production. Kane, first of all, have some decorum. You're only here.
We lost Liv, and I wanted to chuck my phone at my TV.
I was so mad we lost Liv because I'm just like, wow, Kane basically, I don't know, he got to know Sierra, and it was just like, wow, you just basically got the Villa Visa. You got the Villa Visa, use Liv. And it was just like, wow, that's messed up. And he didn't even have the audacity to tell Liv like how he was feeling. He was basically pulling a Connor, essentially, of how he did with Janae.
And she had to pull him, which was a strange thing to be like, so what's going on? I just like wanted you to tell me that you and Sierra have been looking at each other and there was some vibe just by looks and stares across the villa. And that's why they coupled up.
Yeah.
It's okay. He could have been left, honestly.
Yeah. And that's why Liv got her lip back and Harrison stole Sierra.
Yep. The 5 minutes was crazy though. 5 minutes to pack up and leave. It was like, you did production or whatever. You were
And then they
beefing.
said, "Welcome, a new bombshell." And Harrison walked in, and everybody was like, "Oh my god, that's a gorgeous man." No one cared that Kane left. Harrison came in and stole the show. They said, "Oh, that's Thor. That's an Avenger. He's an Australian god." Kane was forgotten.
I just feel like those 2 ending bombshells were kind of not needed though. Like,
no,
why were Harrison?
First of all, Cassie came like 2 weeks later.
The way we kept speculating, because we saw Harrison and Cassie was going on one Saturday, right? It was almost a whole week later that Harrison finally walked into the villa, and we kept wondering, when is Harrison and Cassie going to come in?
And then Cassie came a week after Harrison.
Something like that. It felt like a week, I don't know.
The thing is that when Cassie came in, Harrison and Sierra got dumped. So
at the heart rate challenge, into the heart rate challenge. We had fun that night.
That was a good night. That was a good night.
That
was
we got meow meow Janae.
Janae ate it up. Like
she said,
she ate it up.
So I was like, Janae, teach me your ways of the ass.
Janae ate.
We thought Kendall ate it up.
Oh, his was real good.
Kendall?
You don't think so?
Kendall's
him and Sir Robert,
the snake wrangler.
That was your fave ones. I feel like Cordell's was funny. Cordell's was funny with his like geeky nerdy one, which was like it was just very funny. Like it was hilarious. And I think who else? Who was the other?
Miguel's was
Miguel and Cordell did their big ones. I feel like
I think ours was Janae, Miguel, Kendall, Cordell.
Wait, like in order, or just saying who you like?
Order.
In order? No.
What was that order?
No. At the top had to have been like Janae, then Kendall, then Rob, then Cordell, and then like Miguel or something.
Yes, you're right.
Like Robert and Kendall, they were up.
You really like the snake slayer?
Yes, I wanted to wrangle Rob Snake that night.
We said a lot of words that we did not mean. It was good.
We were not on our best behavior.
We were not. That video was crazy. Our live was crazy. We praised Rob so much. Before then, we were like Rob haters. Like we want to Rob out the villa every single episode. But that night, we said we could fix Rob. Rob did. She's just like, oh. Like,
But also, let's talk about how they sent Harrison, Daniela, and Sierra home in their heart rate challenge outfits.
I know.
Yeah.
And then Cassie saved Rob because we were trying to figure out how Rob was going to make it to the end. And it was through Cassie.
It was kind of obvious because I was like, I don't think Cassie really liked Harrison, in season 5. So I was like, I don't think she was going to pick him, So I was like, yeah. And then especially in the heart rate challenge, she's like spending more time with the people that she liked. Like she did like her big ones with the people that she really liked. And Rob was
because everybody else was coupled up.
Yeah,
Kayler and Aaron, they were I word you. Everybody else, they just got back together because of Casa. She was like, I don't want no parts. Messing up the couple.
So she picked Rob, and they did their big one.
Really did their big ones in the bed.
Yeah, which is
a little 5-finger discounts, a little touching, a little rubbing.
I feel like this is another big sign for Danielle to be like, yeah, he was never coming back to you. He was never coming back.
The weirdest thing, Rob broke up with her, and he was just like, yeah, I'm not feeling it, girl. And she was just like, I hate to hear that because I would have rather you not tell me, so then we can keep like continuing the summer fling. And like until we were out of here, and I was just like, Daniela.
He was like, why would I do that?
Yeah, he was like, I'd rather just end it right now. And Daniela was like, I don't want you to do that. So they were.
To me, I don't think Rob is a horrible person. Like I do think he cares.
He just goes
about it
a little strange.
Well, he just like felt like their life outside of the villa just wasn't gonna match up. So he just kind of felt like, instead of wasting each other's time, let's just kind of like call it quits. Which I understand his reasoning. It just felt like, he did bring her back from Casa. So but then again, he was single, so what else was he gonna do? But I guess he just felt like, long-term goals, I don't see with you. So yeah.
Same. Kayler and Aaron make it official, boyfriend and girlfriend.
Kenny
and
Janae are closed.
I knew.
Kayler.
Yep, and then we get family
Wait,
day.
do we want to talk about the moment when Kenny and Janae were closed off? Why are we brushing it?
Yeah, we can't brush it over. Like this
that was
a
another
moment.
Bridgerton moment. Come on.
Yes,
The music,
they're
the
sitting at the
background.
dock. They're sitting at the dock. You know, she's
He was
sitting in his
wearing
lap,
white. He was back in
white.
his button down, khaki, belt on. He said, I mean business.
Like back.
Yes. He was like, I'm not
Hair
messing with
was slicked
nobody
back,
else.
yes.
He was like, I'm not messing with nobody else. That whole episode ate down. Like
It
everybody
was
thought,
Kanae Central, KJ
yes,
Central.
this was for the Kanae Troopers. Like I was up that whole episode because they did a little challenge. You know, they had a little chat. They were basically talking about double dates with Serena and Cordell. Then
going to Texas.
Yes, going to
going
Texas.
to rodeo.
Yes. And then the little Olympic challenge situation, which was kind of funny, whatever. And then you got the closed off conversation, which ate down, meeting each other's mom, like meet your mom, whatever. And it's I guess, you know, after that they get the hideaway because they won the challenge. I was like, oh my gosh, we ate this episode. So the Kanae episode, that was like best episode, you know, post Casa for me. So like
so good.
I was very, very happy about that episode.
Yeah, I just love how he told her about like how he appreciated that she wears her heart on her sleeve and that
like he's just blessed to be with her. Like yes, ate that up.
He let Ten be himself, and I said, "Oh, this is a real deal."
I feel like we jumped over that recoupling because I'm like, did we talk about his recoupling?
Oh no, we didn't talk about his speech. We didn't jump over it.
Sorry, Kenny.
The best speech in Love Island history.
No, the speech ate down because, like, you know, they were chatting and he was like, you know, when I'm gonna, you know, you're gonna know when I'm speaking about you. That's when they talk. You know, he's like, yeah. You know, he's like, I want you, I need you, that like favorite thing, like everybody likes, yeah. So and he's like, you know, when we were coupling, I'm gonna, you know, speak about you. And he ate down, like Daniela stumbled to her feet because she was like, oh my gosh,
damn, Kenny.
Yes.
The
way all the girls were
famous
giddy.
Lines.
It was definitely good speech, great speech. Like I ate it up.
It was so good.
So then it was so funny because they're like, oh, how can we like, you know, go after Kenny after that?
Oh, so Cordell was like, how can I top that?
Yeah.
He was really like, no. Why'd you make me go after him?
But yeah, you know, everybody's coupled up. That was crazy that was the last recoupling. Like, well, I thought we were gonna have like another more speeches, but you know, it was just like, you know, a couple bombshells. They got to pick who they want, and then that was basically it for recouplings of the season. Anyways, after the Janae and Kenny are closed off, they had their hideaway. Then the day after the hideaway, you know, Kenny came out a new dude. You know, he came out a new dude. You know, they were just closer in that relationship, and you know, it was the last week in the villa. Basically, I think also Serena and Cordell, they basically said like, you know, they don't want to do any like special things inside the villa.
Because pretty much after the families and stuff, they all kind of like, oh, this went well, let's get closed off. And Serena's like, yeah, man, I don't want to do that right now. I don't want to follow what everyone else is doing. I want it to be special for the two of us and not because everyone else is doing it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So then, what did we have after this? I just know that we did like little Q&A challenge with Ariana. And then they're like, oh, this is a reward for Family Day. And I'm just like, no, don't
Family
do
Day
this ever
sucks.
again.
It wasn't good.
Yeah, they never need to do that ever again. For like, if you're gonna have Family Day, just have family. Like, don't have 3 couples out of the 5 or 6 to do Family Day. Because I'm just like, you know, it was only Kendall and Nicole because they're runners up, and then Kayler and Aaron, and then Serena and Cordell, which is just like, you know, they thought Kayler and Aaron would have been like something because, you know, how he did her in Casa, but it didn't really like hit too much. You know, Serena and Cordell's, it was pretty good too. It was really nice. Like, you know, PBG became even closer because the sister was like, yeah, you guys are my sisters too. And, you know, they had that little moment. It was just very sweet. I was like, yeah, I do like that little trio together. You know, together they do really cool, and like they have each other's backs or whatever. Kendall, Nicole, you know, his family basically saying that he loves Nicole. So then he's basically like, later on, he was like, oh, so if you guys clock my tea, you know, I'm gonna have to like say it later on. You know, they had a little family gathering. Basically, Janae was basically, you know, Chef Gordon Ramsay. You know,
ordering people around. That was the first
like,
moment.
Who cooks the chicken? She's like,
Mhm.
it's only fair that me, Serena, and Cordell cook the chicken.
Yeah.
We
That
said,
was
"Oh,
cute.
where's Kendall at in all the mix?" And we
Yeah.
didn't
She
even know
knew.
that Janae could cook like that because we haven't
Mhm.
really seen them chefing it up since they get
Yeah, we
catering a lot of the
didn't.
time. So when
Mhm.
everyone was like, "Yeah, Janae," I was like, "Oh, our girl can cook.
Mhm.
Okay."
And this guy finished was like, "You don't season your food, Kenny." And he's like, "Yeah." So
Mhm.
he's like, "Yeah, I can. She can taste when food is, not seasoned." But other
He'd be
than that,
bringing that bland avocado toast, and I'll be like, "Kenny, at least put some hot sauce on it.
like
No
no
salt, no pepper,
eggs, no
I'm
nothing."
salt
like,
and
come
pepper on
on.
eggs.
You a Dominican from the Bronx. Like, come on, you know how to cook?
Like what's
Mm.
going on here? I know that they put something in there, some sazon.
Oh, weak.
But yeah, that was good. They had a little family dinner. Everybody was like, "Kumbaya." Yes, I
And
really
then
like
finally, Rob
Thanksgiving.
went home.
We love it.
Yes.
They were like, "We love you, we love you. Let's go around and say what we're all thankful for." La 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 la.
Mhm.
Doo-doo-doo. Little text. We
Yeah.
got
Time to
Rob's
go home.
face.
Rob and
Rob
Cassie.
finally,
Yeah,
he
Rob and Cassie.
finally kicked the bucket.
hmm
Whew.
And yeah,
Yeah,
Rob and
And Kayla
Cassie.
and
they
Aaron.
hit the road
Yeah.
too. And
hmm
Aaron was so excited that him and Rob got to walk out together because I guess he would have thrown another fit if either of them left without each other. So at least the two brothers, they got to walk out together.
Yes. And we
And
had our
Kayla, she was there on
final
the side.
four. Yeah. Yeah. They left together, and the whole Cassie Rob thing was just very like, what's going on?
Whatever. Like throw
Yeah.
them together.
Yeah. Because it's just like, them talking about it, basically like they didn't kiss.
Mm-hmm. They
And
just did whatever they did in bed, and that was that.
yes.
Anyway, just
But yeah, they lived together. We had the final four, basically PBG plus Nicole and Kendall, which was like, oh yay, everybody's
it
like, it
was
was basically,
cute.
yeah. I'm just like, when did you have like, best friends from OGs make the finals? Like, I feel like they ate that up. They ate that up.
Yeah,
We
they
had a
did.
lot
PPG
of
on
OGs
top.
in the final.
A
Because who
lot of
was it?
OGs.
So Serena
Janae.
Cordell, Janae,
Everybody,
Kendall,
almost the whole
Leah.
cast besides Coy and Hannah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because the only
everybody's,
one who
yeah.
wasn't was Nicole and Miguel, right? And Kenny. Those were the only non-OGs that made it.
Yeah,
So we pretty much had
Only
a
two
lot of
OGs didn't make it.
yeah.
Well, yeah, to the end, because basically,
Yeah.
Kayla and Aaron were basically right there to the end, essentially. But
How do we? Yeah. Which date was your favorite out of all four?
Wait, can we talk
Janae.
about though how Nicole and Kendall only got parasailing, and Leah
Well,
and
the
Miguel they
island
got
where
an
he
They had an
told
RT.
island. They
her,
had a private island.
But
where he
compared
told
to
her
the
she
other two
loves.
dates, I said, "Oh, they're not gonna be your top two anytime soon."
Oh,
Kendall
true.
was like, "I love you," and Nicole was like, "I'm not there yet."
She said, "Thank you."
Serena and Cordell's were so cute. I love the movie montage.
That was adorable, and that's why I was like, I hope they win because
The lantern of letters for
Kanae's.
Kanae.
Yeah, I like that. Was like very sorry. I was like, it might be biased, but definitely the note from their families, like friends, the mothers, writing notes, and then they're reading each other's mother's notes. It was kind of like, it was very sweet.
that made me wish that
yeah.
everyone else had something from home too, because it was cute that they got that after Family Day. But then it was like, it's still another couple that didn't have any type of connection with home. I'm just like, why did they split up Family Day? It was really weird. They never need to do that again.
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of the big moments this season, they sucked. I'm not gonna lie. It was really more smaller moments that were better.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know, they were so focused on the drama, they weren't focused on the small moments. But I did love the movie for Serena and Cordell, the story of their love. That was cute.
Yeah, definitely. Because there was like the final week of the show was supposed to like have like all these different challenges that are like very fun, very interactive with like the final 5-6 couples essentially, but we didn't get that at all. And I'm just like, they did their big ones in the first half, and then like after Casa kind of like simmering down a bit, and like they kind of just did whatever. So season 7, hopefully they come different. It was very different, but
hopefully they learn, because they miss the mark sometimes.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Like if you take out all of the drama and like the big moments, the season did not give essentially. But the thing is, the
It
cast is what made the season so good.
Yes. Like the
cast-
moments that production should have orchestrated, they weren't that good. But the moments where the cast were just themselves and they were creating the drama for themselves,
yes,
that's
the
when it was
cast,
really
the
good.
cast ate it up. This was a very good cast. So we have our final four. They had their dates, you know. The next thing you know, the declarations of love. It was kind of funny. Like Kendall was so distraught, he didn't know what to say. You know, he had help from Miguel, and you know, Miguel. You know, who knew Miguel had more?
Was
like,
such a poet.
Who
yeah,
knew?
who knew?
Kenny,
like,
he said, "Girl, I already have 3 pages. What do you mean? I'm good."
He said, "I am done."
I'm
yep,
good.
yep. And you know, Kendall, he was struggling, but I guess he was so distraught. Like the girl, like Nicole didn't say nothing
didn't
back.
say I love you back.
But I'm just like,
But
he didn't have to.
all their declarations were really cute though. Like I literally was crying at most of them. I kept rewinding back Kanae's. Cordell and Serena's theirs were cute because it was like matching their energy together. Janae, when she started speaking Spanish, I said,
yes,
she
said
so
Mento Latino, yes. That was like, it was very like, he was surprised too that she was speaking Spanish. It was like, it was very sweet. Like, yes, they ate it up.
And then Nicole finally said, "I love you back," and then I started sobbing again, and I said, "Oh my god, this is so cute." So that was a really like beautiful declaration of love. And then you had all the stands fighting about who was gonna win. Who do we vote for again? I voted for Serena and Cordell.
I was a Kanae truther. I was Kanae. Yes.
So who we have? 4th place, Nicole and Kendall. 3rd place, Kenny and Janae.
Very shocking.
2nd place, Leah and Miguel. And then our winners of season 6 of Love
and Cordell. Yeah. I mean, I was like, if Kanae couldn't win, Serena Cordell. Like,
yeah,
for sure.
I was happy.
So
how do you guys feel about the season, though? How do you think? All in all,
it was entertaining. It was
good, right? All in all, I was seated too.
Seated, yeah. I was seated every night. You know, it was very interesting. The cast ate it up. They did their big ones. I feel like there were some marks that they missed, but it was
more
very
production wise. The cast, they delivered.
This casting was a great choice. Everyone was a great choice. Like, I know our heart. Back in the day, everyone made this season great.
Yeah, for sure. And then I think reunion.
The girl that could have just
been an email. They missed
they could have stayed in the draft. I'm canceling my Peacock.
There were like questions like if like the amount of people that they had that reunion. There was just questions that they should have answered.
Toy didn't have to be there. Hannah didn't have to be there. Cassidy didn't have to be there. Cassie didn't have to be there.
Nigel,
Harrison.
Hakeem, Hakeem, he just got no airtime. Everyone forgets about that man. There was no point. The reunion was just not good, in my opinion. For such
they promoted Pizza Hut,
and what was it, Coffee Mate? I said, did we not keep the lights on? Do you guys need some money, Peacock?
Yeah, like there was no like conversation. I was just like, for the final four, like besides like these little like, oh, how are you? That's it. There was nothing.
Could have done better.
They could have done better.
For our winners, we didn't get any like updates. Did you guys meet any more of your family? Have you guys?
Well, we found out that Kanae met Kenny's mom.
Yes,
but more specifically, Serena and Cordell, they're our winners. Why aren't we talking to our winners a little bit more? Their historic win. Why aren't we?
Yeah, and you know, Kenny, he got Cordell sleeping on the side. Like he was sleeping on the side. Like
if Cordell was not turning around and moving his body, he said, "I'm sleeping." He said, "Oh, y'all don't need me. Oh, I'm not the winner of season 6. Let me go to sleep."
Like if you're gonna watch a whole conversation about a Andrea vote, like I'm gonna take a nap. You know.
He said, "Oh, I live this. Let me go to sleep."
Yeah. All in all, this season was entertaining. The reunion was lackluster, but I have no complaints. I was fed. We were sad this summer.
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely was. Definitely, you know, I know they're gonna have everything next year for the other seasons, even the games, because I feel like they need to decompress from this season. This season, like, you know, I feel like the sponsors, you know, you got Sacred with Serena.
Oh, that was crazy. I said, "Oh, girl, you have made it." Now with Pattern, which is Tracy Ellis Ross. I said, "Oh, finally, our winners are getting like their big ones." Cordell, he got his
Cheez-It sponsor, like his his thing sold out within the first 10 minutes.
Oh,
Like
it sold out. Ooh,
yes, like
happy
you
for
can't even
him.
get a box. You like, and they're not even gonna like try to do another one. So it's like if you don't
Mm.
got a box, it's too
You ain't got one.
bad.
Serena,
And
she's
then
been cover girling it, interview after interview after interview on
Interview.
covers, magazine spreads, like they're
yes,
online.
PPG
They've been
magazines,
killing it,
Teen
I
Teen
will say.
Vogue.
Vogue. What else they had? What else? Kiki Palmer interview too. They interview. I'm like,
All over
okay.
GQ. I said, y'all
They
are
did
really
their
doing it this
big
season.
ones. I
Because
think they
the
both.
response this season was crazy.
Yes.
And how many people were seated all the way to
Yes.
Odell being at the white party and him being like, people were coming up to me talking
Mm-hmm.
about my little brother because of what happened on this season, what's going on with Love
Yeah.
Island.
Exactly.
Him and Serena, when they did that little doc scene, it went viral.
It
And I
went
feel like
viral for
that's
sure.
really when everyone started tapping in. And it just
Yes.
it was already wild before, but after the
Yes,
whole
and it was like,
Casa,
it just made
Yes.
it
Like
so
after
big.
Casa made it very big, especially like everybody airing out their guys. Also, what else?
we
Oh
finally
yeah,
figured out that
Odell showing up on Family Day. Like who would doubt Odell? Like because he has his like little fame from football, so it's like, oh, he actually showed up to this little show, this little niche show. This niche show is not niche anymore. Like it's like worldwide now. Like I think everybody's gonna at
we're
least tap
on
in.
UK's level when we've never been on UK's level.
Yes, like
Almost.
yeah.
Wait, was it 4 years now? Wait, when did Love Island USA start? I know Skelly and Justine
In
was 2020.
2019,
Like
Was it
2019.
2019 season one, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, for almost they've been grinding 5-6 years, and we're finally at the
I
level
love
of
it.
UK.
No complaints.
Yes.
The funniest thing post-season was us finding out how many middle schoolers watched the show, and that's pretty much who we're fighting with online. I said,
once I found out it was middle schoolers, I was like, let me see, it's time to pack it up.
It was so funny because like they were in New
down.
York for like the entire week or like for a good week, and like everybody like all their press, like everybody's standing outside for them, like it's crazy. Jared
They
Leto,
love these
that Jared Leto clip of like he's passing by in his car and the crowd wasn't for him, was for Love Island. Like this show, they definitely did their big ones. So good job, Peacock. But take some notes. Do a little better. Come back stronger. Season 7 for sure. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed the season. I'm gonna like wind down. Got a little big brother to keep me cool, keep me calm. And whatever else shows that are airing right now. Definitely when fall hits, that's when I get into my like other shows, my scripted shows, my TV dramas. Let me stop. Summer reality TV is over now. Like we're done with reality TV.
It's time to get nice and cozy and warm.
Literally after this recap, Love Island is done for us.
I'm muting it on my timeline. I'm muting it and I'm muting it everywhere.
Yeah, besides keeping up with your faves, like there is nothing much.
The discourse is over.
Yeah, the discourse is over.
Please, I can't take it no more. I'm not even gonna answer no more comments.
But yeah, this was our like wrap up for the season, reunion. And yeah, anyway guys, like if you guys like the video, let me guys know what your comments are. Comment down below. And also if you have not subscribed to our channels, go subscribe to my channel and Flicks and Fables with Nisi and Brianna. I'll be linking their channel down below as well. But anyway guys, peace.